So we're back, guys. This is round 20 and this is the Mexican Grand Prix. As you all know, if you've been keeping up to date from the start of this season, there is 3 points separating Maxi Block and Bats Plus, who leads the championship at the moment. The Alpha Tauri and the Williams fighting for this championship. So it's going to be a thrilling race here in Mexico. Only 2 more to go after this one. So it's really hotting up here in Mexico, and that's not just the temperature. So let's see who is first out on the track. We have Lemon Who in the Renault, but there is, I think, my money's on Sam Flea. It is Sam Flea who's first out. He always likes to dive out of that pit lane. So let's see what the Alpha Tauri can do here in Mexico. We already had our silver race at 10 AM this morning. What a race that one was. Yeah, there we go. Just catching up with the comments. I know what a race that was with the silver race this morning. Jegs in the chat. Big support for Steg again today. We've got a couple of reserves here in Mexico. We've got our very own Ed racing for the Williams teammate to Maxi Block, the championship challenger. We have Lucas in the Red Bull. We also have I1 Blood. He is in the Alfa Romeo. The Ferrari. We have Sam Priest in the Haas. So we've got a few drivers on the grid today. Diamond Tucker up from the silver race, supporting the red Ferrari as well. So Sam Flea first on track. Oh, he's invalidated it straight away, so he just pulls off, and that leaves Lemon Who to go for it. So let's jump on board with the Renault driver of Lemon Who. See where his pace is going to be at today. We know he's got pace, he's just not had much luck lately. We've seen the times from the silver race this morning. I think we'll definitely be looking to improve them here in the gold race. It was a thrilling end, don't get me wrong, it was a thrilling end to the race. So Lemon Who coming through sector 2, he's invalidated it. So who's that going past him? That is the McLaren. I think he's only on an outlap. So we've got Rob J. Lewis in that Alfa Romeo coming through as well. But we have got a few drivers. Is that the Mercedes of Guyman just in front? Coming through sector 3. He's going to be first to set a lap time. No, Diamond Tucker goes through with a 1:16.2 in the Ferrari. But here comes Guyman in the Mercedes. A 1:15.1. Sets the benchmark. Homo Sapien coming through sector 2 in that Red Bull. We've got Taylor moving up as well from the silver to drive for the Haas today. He's coming through sector 2 on his way to sector 3. Joe Champion subscribes with Prime. Thank you so much, Joe. You don't know how much that supports the league there. And F7 Taylor goes through a 1:15.2. So thank you so much for the subscription. That's 3 months now. So Sam Priest just setting his benchmark. He's just getting a feel for the track. Remember, he's come in at very, very short notice, the Haas driver of Sam Priest today. So it'd be nice for him to get a little bit of practice out there and try and set some lap times. We've got Lucas in the Red Bull. He's on a flyer as well, coming through sector 1. But here comes Jake in the McLaren. These McLaren drivers have been setting some phenomenal race finishes lately. He's just slowing up, getting ready for another one. Q-Boys is invalidated. We've got the current championship leader out as well. B-Right is out. Ed Williams still in the garage. I is I1 Blood. The Moz Monster coming through sector 3 in the Renault. Lemon Who and Homo Sapiens setting times there, 1:15.3 and 4. Here comes the Moz Monster in that Renault. Where's he going to sit on the grid here in the first qualifying session? Oh, that was close with the Alfa Romeo. That has really hit him up. He goes fastest in Q1, but how much more faster can he go? He was definitely held up there. I think that was Rob J. Lewis just slightly holding him up. And there comes Lucas in the Red Bull, a 1:14.3 in the Aston Martin Red Bull. So, Q-Boys coming through Sector 2 at the moment in that Alfa Romeo. So, Steg as well, a 1:15.8, so he is in the 1:15s. But here comes Q-Boys. Oh, he's invalidated his lap time, so we'll jump on board with B. Wright, who's coming through Sector 1 in that Racing Point. The DRS is open on the back of that car as he tries to get as much pace out of it as he can. B. Wright and Ben did a fantastic job on commentary in the Silver Race this morning. Where can they finish in the race here today? We know that both of these guys are very quick and can get some decent points on the board here today in Mexico. I don't know if... No, he's still going for it, B. Right. It's the very tricky turns here coming through Sector 2. Lucas goes faster again, a 1:14.2. Let's not do too much damage to them tyres. That is definitely Q2 times there. Yeah, here comes B. Right through the final chicanes in Sector 3. He wants to be going into that nice and early into that corner. And the Racing Point of B. Wright comes towards the finish line. What time is he going to set? It's a 1:14 dead. But his teammate Ben goes through just before him and goes a 1:13.6. Maxibot comes through a 1:14.6 as well. He'll probably make it through. We've got Jake who's 1.5 up. He got dives into the pit lane. Bats plus the championship leader goes back into the pits as well. Sam Flea, his teammate in the Alpha Tauri, coming through Sector 3. He needs a decent lap time to get through to Q2 here today in Mexico. As he comes towards the finish straight, and it's going to be the 1:15.1. He goes 6th in the Alpha Tauri. Incredible. So let's jump on board with Rob J. Lewis. He's not set a lap time yet. He's going to try and get through to Q2. So as Rob J. Lewis comes through Sector 2 in that Alfa Romeo, he's got Steg Fellows just in front of him. Look at that aerial shot here in Mexico. Remember guys, there's only 2 races left after this one. Here comes Rob J. Lewis. He's well down on his time. That's not going to be good enough. His teammate Q-Boys in the Alfa Romeo is just starting his lap as well. Bats plus the current championship leader, still not set a lap yet. So where can Q-Boys sit in that Alfa Romeo? It looks quick. He's got a nice line. We know he's quick as well. We know he can do it. Here he comes through sector 3, through the final chicanes. The Alfa Romeo of Q-Boys goes towards the finish straight, trying to keep the pace out wide, comes towards the finish line. It's a 1:14.9, goes sixth fastest with a 1:14.9. You just see the pace of these guys. You've got Matt up there with a 1:14.9 as well. Incredible times by the Racing Point drivers in first and second. We've got I1 Blood. He needs to set a lap time as he comes through sector 3 in that Ferrari through the final few chicanes. Where is he going to sit on the grid? Just as he slightly slips out there, comes towards the finish line. Is he going to make it to Q2? I-Blood goes through a 1:15.4, 13th. That is very close to the drop zone. We've got Sam Priest coming through sector 1 as well. He needs to improve his lap times. We've got Bats Plus, the championship leader in the Alpha Tauri. Where is he going to go? Bats Plus goes back into the pit lane. So let's jump on board with our very own Ed Williams in the Williams car, ironically. Let's see where he's going to sit today. He is only on an out lap. Let's jump on board with a couple of other drivers. We've got Taylor, he's down on his lap time. Homo Sapien went quicker by half a second. Goes 6th on the grid. That pushes Steg very close to the drop zone. He is in fact getting through to Q2 at the moment. Let's jump on board, see where he's at on his lap as he comes through sector 1. Is he up? Is he down? Here comes Steg through sector 2 in that Mercedes. So Steg is invalidated. Sam Priest, he's up on his lap time as well. He comes through sector 2. He needs to improve. We'll jump back on board with Ed in a minute. So Sam Priest is down. We've got Ed Williams coming through sector 2. These are through the tricky chicanes. You can lose so much time through there, but see how much track that Ed is using coming through them chicanes. He'll probably go out wide here and dive into that chicane. Just locks up the left rear, the left front just slightly as he comes towards the finish straight. Where is he going to sit? And he goes a 1:14.2, goes 4th fastest here in Mexico. So Sam Flea is up on his lap time as well, but Steg is in the garage. He's got 3 minutes to get out of that drop zone. So is Diamond Tucker, Sam Priest, Rob J. Lewis, Bats Plus. Still not set a lap time, the championship leader. He is out at the moment. So he needs to make amends on that lap time and improve. Well, he's set no lap time at the moment. The championship leader, the only driver on the track to not set a lap time yet. So we'll stay on board with the championship leader of Bats Plus for this lap. So Steg is still in the pits. We've got I-Blood coming out in that Ferrari. Diamond Tucker coming out in the Ferrari also. Going to try and get into Q2 today. Bats Plus coming through. We can't sort of judge him off any other time as he's not set one yet. But he seems to be being a little bit easy on the throttle. He knows he needs to set some sort of lap time. As Lemon, who just shoots out the way of the championship leader as he comes through the final bend towards the finish straight. It's going to be the 114s. And it's a 114.7, goes 9th fastest. So Maxi Block and Bats Plus in 8th and 9th. 3 points between them in the championship with 2 races to go. Matt has invalidated his lap time. Lemon Who has started another lap. We've got Iblood 1 on another lap in that Ferrari trying to get out of the drop zone. Steg is out on an out lap. Diamond Tucker is coming through sector 1 at the moment. We've got Rob J. Lewis. Oh, he was 6/10 up, but he's invalidated it as we're on board with him. Oh, he's spun. Diamond Tucker is in the wall in that Ferrari. There's parts of his car flying everywhere. Jake is not on a very good lap at the moment. We've got Lemon Who just down, but he looks like he's going to get through to Q2. So is Taylor up from the silver division as the Haas just steps out the way there. Both the racing points comfortably sat in the pit lane at the moment. So Iblood 1 has just improved his lap time and knocked the McLaren of Jake down into the drop zone. There's a minute left. Let's jump on board with Steg in that Mercedes. He needs to improve to get through to Q2. The recovery man himself, a little bit slow through there. You need to be hitting them sort of half throttle all the way on the chicanes. But a nice line through the second part of that sector. He's 4/10 up. He is 4/10 up. This could be huge if he can keep improving. Jake is in front of him in that McLaren. Oh, he's just slid out slightly. Steg has just slid out. Jake's in front of him. Both of these guys in the drop zone. Jake is going to come through first. He's on a bad lap. There's Steg at 1:15.2. He saved himself, but now Jake is on a lap. He's only just out that drop zone. Steg in that Mercedes. So is his teammate Geimer in 14th. Iblood 1 is currently 1/10 up on his lap time. That would take Steg back out into the drop zone. Here comes Iblood, his final chance at this. It looks good. He stays close to the chicane. He goes for a 1:15.1 and just knocks Steg out. So Jake is on the lap as well. He's in the drop zone. We've got Sam Priest in the drop zone. So Jake needs to set a lap in that McLaren now. Here comes the McLaren of F7R. Jake. Is he up? Is he down? He needs to make amends on his lap here. No mistakes. Oh, he slipped. He slipped. That could be so costly for the McLaren driver. He's gone into the pits. He's out. He's out in Q1. Steg is also just out. And Iblood 1, by the skin of his teeth, makes it through to Q2 in that Ferrari. His teammate, on the other hand, Diamond Tucker, goes out in Q1. The recovery drive, once again, is on for Steg, Jake, Diamond Tucker, Sam Priest, and Rob J. Lewis. Whoa, what an exciting Q1 that was. We want more of that in Q2. Strategies will definitely come into play as well. Rob, you know, it's unfortunate for Rob in that Alfa Romeo because he's a very consistent driver. You know, he finishes the races. I think Rob could be a very good driver with improvements. So it's only a matter of time before we see him start consistently getting into Q2 in gold. Sam Priest came in at short notice in that Haas. He's unfortunately not made it through to Q2, but you never know what can happen in the race, and we can definitely see improvements as the Alfa Romeo just kisses the back of the house there. So Bats Plus and Maxi Block, look how even they are. Only 2 tenths separating, 1 tenth separating Maxi Block and Bats Plus. So Ben and B Wright in the Racing Points are the fastest cars in Q1, both driving for the Racing Points. We've seen some pace already there. Out in Q1 in 16th position is Stegfellows in the Mercedes F7R. Jake messed up the final sector. His last chance saloon will start in 17th in that McLaren. Diamond Tucker heading on up from the Silver Division today, driving for the Ferrari, qualifies in 18th. Sam Priest stepping in at short notice to drive for the Haas, will qualify in 19th. And Rob J. Lewis in the Alfa Romeo will start at the back of the grid. But let's see what happens in the race. This is the interesting one. Maxi Block and Bats Plus. So close. The Belgian, the American, fighting it out for the championship. 3 points separating them with these 3 races left to go. This one and 2 more. So definitely only a matter of time. Right, we're into Q2. Who is going to make the first move out the pit lane? Let's see what the fitted tyres are going for. Who's going to make the first move? So, Renault of Lemon, who's stepping out first, but that looks like Sam Flea again. He doesn't mess about, and he is out in the Alpha Tauri. Will we see any team orders coming into play today? Sam Flea knows that they're cracking down on that Constructors' Championship. He knows his teammate is so close to clinching the world title here for Formula 7. It's going to be a thrilling end to this race. Will Sam Flea step in to help his teammate? It's only a matter of time before we see that. But for now, it is Q2. And Sam Flea goes out on that soft compound tyres. We've seen earlier today from that silver race that these soft tyres do not last very long around Mexico. So I'm very surprised we've not seen a lot more drivers go out on the medium compound tyres. Starting the grid in 10th, sort of 11th position on the medium compound tyre could be a lot better than starting anywhere from 5th on the softs. But here's Sam Flea, Lemon who just scouting behind him. The Alpha Tauri driver of Sam Flea will get ready to set his flying lap in Q2. And we've got Lemon who just behind him as well. So Sam Flea steps out for the second time today to set the first lap of this qualifying session. It'll be interesting to see where Sam Flea sits here today. There's a yellow flag, sector 2. Just a few drivers bunching up slightly. Looks like the Mercedes of Geimer there as well, just getting through to Q2 as well. Sam Flea comes down the straight. The DRS is open, the ERS is on as he comes flying down. Look at that, Sam. Purple sector 1. So quite bunched up here. Let's jump on board with him as he comes through the chicanes in sector 2. That's a nice line. He's keeping the pace. Just lets off the throttle slightly, but it's still a very, very nice sector 2 from Sam Flea. That is where all your time will go if you mess that up. Oh, he needs to be careful here. Is that his teammate? That's his teammate, the championship leader of Bats Plus, just in front of him. As he starts a flying lap, Sam Flea comes through to set the benchmark at 1:14.4. Lemon who comes through, he's invalidated. So we got a racing point, and that is B Wright with a 1:13.9, and his teammate Ben, they're coming out side by side on the track here today. Ben comes through the final sector. We got a Q Boys who goes a 1:14.6, but here's Ben, a 1:13.4, fastest in Q2 again. The 2 racing points sit first and second for the second time in qualifying. Iblood won a 1:15.7 on their mediums. Matt in the McLaren a 1:15.5 also on the medium compound tyres. We got Homo Sapien, he's invalidated his lap time. Geimer in the Mercedes also starting on them softs as well, coming through sector 1. So he's just started his flying lap. Taylor's invalidated. Batspus the championship leader at the moment. We got Moz coming through sector 3. He's on their mediums and he goes a 1:17.2. He will not be impressed by that lap time. But here's Bats Plus also opting for the soft compound tyres. So completely different strategies for the drivers here today. As Bats Plus comes through towards the finish line, it's a 1:14.1, goes third fastest. We've got 2 racing points and 2 Alpha Tauris on the front 2 rows of this grid. Maxi Block posts a purple sector 1 as he comes through sector 2 at the moment in that Williams. He sits 3 points behind Bats Plus in the championship. That's a very nice line. Oh, he's invalidated it. He just overshot it. Just slightly overshot it. The Moz is invalidated as well. We've got Lucas in the Red Bull. He's slightly down on his lap time, but he's going to go for a flyer again on the medium tyres. So look at that. You can see the difference in pace from soft to mediums at the moment. So Maxi Block will start another flying lap in that Williams. Here comes the Williams driver. It is definitely going to go down to the wire today unless we see something dramatic happen in the race. If any of these drivers DNF in these races, it is huge for the championship. But Maxi Block sets the fastest sector 1 of Q2 so far. Q1, sorry. As he comes through Q2. The Williams driver is on a flyer. Just slightly slides, but it's a very nice line. That looks quick from Maxi Block. He's already purple sector 1. As he comes through the final 2 corners. And towards the finish line, where is Maxi Block going to sit in Q2? He comes towards the finish. It's a 1:14.1 and he separates the racing points in the Alpha Tauris and goes third on the grid. Gamma in the Mercedes needs to improve as well. We've got Lemon who out on track as well. But he's currently down on his lap. You can see everybody starting to switch now. So we'll go to their best laps. Everybody's starting to switch to the soft compounds as Lemon invalidates his lap time. So he will try again, but he is going through to Q3 at the moment, the Renault driver. Iblood 1 just pulling over to let the other guys through. We've got Taylor coming through sector 1, and we got E. Williams in the Williams. That is going to annoy me all day. E. Williams in the Williams coming through sector 2. Where is he going to sit? So it's all about mastering sector 2. It's all about keeping the pace through the chicanes. And it looks quick. It doesn't look like he even let off the throttle, and he really got right to the edge there. So really good lap. It's purple sector 2. It looked quick, and it was. So here comes E. Williams towards the finish line, coming through sector 3. Where is his lap time going to be as he comes towards the line? It's a 1:14.7. He must have had a really bad sector 3 or sector 1 there, because his sector 2 time was incredible. We've got Matt in the McLaren. He's nearly half a second up in sector 1. He is now on the softs though, so you can see how quicker they are. To go from half a second up in one sector by changing the tyre compound just shows the difference here in Mexico. As the McLaren driver comes through sector 2, through the wobbly bit is purple. Here he comes, the McLaren and Matt. Where is he going to sit on the grid? Is he going to go through to Q3? He's been driving some phenomenal races this season. Well, the end of this season, he goes a 1:13.9, splits the racing points, and goes second quickest in Q2. The Moz has switched to the softs. He's invalidated. We've got I1 Blood in the Ferrari. He's also opted for the softs. Lucas is out on the softs as he comes through Sector 1. We've got Homo Sapien in the Red Bull as well. He's improving. Q-Boy is just taking the shortcut. Bats Plus, the championship leader, coming through Sector 1 as well. I'd say that was quick enough, but you never know with all these drivers starting to change to the soft compounds now. So, E. Williams is down to 8th, Homo Sapien 9th, Guymer 10th. We've got Iblood, Lemon Who, Lucas, Moz and Taylor all fighting to get into Q2. Here comes Lucas, purple Sector 2. Towards the finish line in that Red Bull. We know he's got pace, we know he's quick, but where is he going to sit? It's a 1:14.8, it's 10th. And he's definitely in the danger zone there. He's going to have to go for another lap. Still 4 minutes of this qualifying session left. Jump on board with the Ferrari of iBlood 1. Can he improve his lap time? We've got Lemon coming through. The Moz is in the pit lane, so not having the best of qualifying sessions in Q2 here in Mexico. Here comes the Ferrari of iBlood 1. Where is he going to sit on the grid? It seems a little bit too slow to try and make it through. Yeah, he's going to dive into the pit lane. Here comes Lemon, who he needs to be closer to the chicane there as he comes through. F7R Taylor in that Haas. I tell you, it feels so weird seeing F7R Taylor driving a Haas. It just doesn't sit right. But you can change the car, but you can't change the driver. So let's see what he can do. So DRS is now on as he comes up the straight, taking it right to the left hand side to try and get the best exit into the final 4 turns in that Haas. Very easy to slip out there. He's got to try and keep it tight. 109 coming through that final bend is a quick time as he goes right to the curb. It's a 1:15.1. It's only 13th fastest and he is in danger of crashing out. Lemon Who taking that shortcut that Q-Boys found just a couple of laps ago. We've got Bats Plus, the championship leader. He's invalidated his lap time as well. Everybody just going into the pits now. We've got E. Williams on an out lap. He needs to set a lap if he wants to go through to Q3. I don't think that'll be quick enough. We've got Moz on an out lap as well, so we'll stay on board with E. Williams in the Williams. As he comes down Sector 1. If you want to learn how to find the best lines in Formula 1, E. Williams is the guy to watch. The lines that he takes. The same with a couple of these top guys. You know, if any silver racers or bronze racers next season want to sort of try and get the best pace out of their races, some of these top guys in the gold race, the lines that they take you don't even know about. Like when you're racing around these tracks and you see some of the lines that these guys take through the sectors, is incredible. It's not the line that you think you should be taking, but it's definitely where the pace is at. So Guymer in that Mercedes comes through Sector 1. He currently sits in 11th. Lucas in the Red Bull is out as well. He's going to try and improve. Bats Plus I think he'll be safe, Bats Plus, but you never know. So E. Williams is going to go for another flying lap. We've got Geimer coming through Sector 2, but he's slightly down on his lap time. The Moz is 1.8 up as he comes through Sector 3 in that Renault. Comes towards the finish line. The Moz Monster goes a 1:14. One goes 4 fastest here in Mexico and sets the fastest Sector 3 of this session. And that is Lucas has invalidated his lap time. E. Williams is nearly 2 tenths up at the moment. We've got Hybrid 1 trying to improve his lap time as well. Forward, thank you so much for the follow. We appreciate every single individual follow here at Formula 7 Racing. Here comes E. Williams. Look at the line, look at the pace. And it's the fastest Sector 2 of the session. He's 6 tenths up. This could potentially go into the 1:13s if he carries that pace through Sector 3. It looks quick. Look how much he goes to the right hand side and kisses that curve towards the finish straight. It's a 1:13.9 by the Williams driver who goes second fastest. There's going to be no more improvements for Lemonwho or Taylor, who have now finished their lap times. We've got Lucas who's in 13th, Geimer's 12th, Sam Flea's 11th, all out on laps. Blood 1 goes 9th fastest. Q-Boys is in 10th. He's in the danger zone as Sam Flea comes through Sector 1. Geimer's nearly 2 tenths up. Is he going to knock Q-Boys off that 10th spot? He's gone in. He's gone in the pits. Unbelievable. I thought he was on for a great lap there. It's only Sam Flea that can potentially knock Q-Boys out of Q2 here now. So Sam Flea just, he's invalidated it, and that is a saviour for Q-Boys in the Alfa Romeo. That is it for Q2, and Sam Flea was first out and last in here. What a session this is turning into here. So the fastest cars on the grid in Q2. Ben sits at top spot again in the Racing Point. E. Williams in the Williams sits in second. Matt in the McLaren in third. But out in Q2 in 11th is Sam Flea in the Alpha Tauri. Geimer in the Mercedes goes in 12th. Lucas in the Red Bull in 13th. F7R Taylor in that Haas in 14th. And Lemonwho in the Renault will start in 15th position for this Mexican Grand Prix. Now is where you'll see the fight happen. It is Q3, it is round 20, and it is Formula 7 Racing. So just at the start of Q3, as planned, the unfortunate and sad news of the death of Prince Philip earlier this week, we've decided to take a minute's silence through the qualifying session, so the minute's silence will start now. So back to the racing, and we're in Q3. We're on board with Homo Sapien at the moment, but let's jump on board with the front runner, and that is the Renault. Oh no, that's Moz just going through. We've got Maxi Block just about to start his lap time. So hunting down the championship, he sits 3 points behind Bats Plus. We've got Mexico, we've got Brazil and Abu Dhabi to go. So where can he sit? This is where we'll see the pace of these drivers come into play now. It is all on the line. Every position counts today. I'm loving the Belgium coloured helmet from Maxi Block in that Williams as he comes through sector 2. Where is he going to sit? Where is he going to set the pace? As he comes through the final couple of chicanes towards the finish straight, Willie opts for the same line that a lot of these drivers have started to take. He goes close to the curb and he goes a 1:14.2 to set the benchmark. Now we've got the racing point of Ben. Where is he going to sit? He's qualified on pole in Q1, Q2, and he now goes pole in Q3 with a 1:13.4 in the racing point. Incredible. We got Q Boys next up. He goes a 1:14, then he goes second fastest in that Alfa Romeo. We've got the Red Bull of Homo Sapien coming towards the finish straight, keeps to the curb, goes a 1:15.5. He won't be happy with that. Then next up, the McLaren of Matt, and he goes 4th fastest with a 1:14.6. And we got B right with a 1:13.9, goes second quickest, and for the 3rd time in qualifying, we have a racing point 1-2, provisionally anyway. So we got the Moz, and he is just sitting behind the Alpha Tauri of Bats Plus, who is ready to start his flying lap. The championship leader by 3 points ahead of Maxi Block goes out and starts his lap. They are battling for the Constructors' title at the moment as well. I don't know if anybody's going to be able to catch him at this point. I think if the racing points had B right and Ben in them from the start of the season, or if Taylor never left, they could definitely be competing for this championship Constructors' title. So you need a nice line through here, Bats Plus, just touching each and every curb. Keeping the pace, keeping it validated, that's what you want. Look at that, every single curb is being kissed on the way through. As he comes through the final 2 chicanes towards the finish straight. Where is he going to sit? Provisionally in 5th position and behind his championship rival Maxi Block. That could be huge, and here's E. Williams. Sets the fastest Sector 1 of Q3. So as he starts to come through Q2, will Bats Plus go for another lap and try and get in front of Maxi Block? That's the question. We've got iBlood 1 in the Ferrari, making it through to Q3 on his debut as well. So fantastic drive from the Ferrari driver, just reserving today. Here's E. Williams coming through Sector 3. Is he going to be able to split these racing points up, or move them both down a peg? What is he going to do as he comes towards the finish line? The Williams driver goes a 1:14.2. It's only 5th fastest, but side by side with his teammate. So let's jump on board with the Ferrari driver of iBlood 1. PX, I think after the time penalty, I think I ended up 6th. But I did get a 10-second time penalty that I could have probably sent in, but it's not worth it. Oh, it felt great. I mean, I changed it to no traction control about 2 months ago, and I've really only started to master it the last couple of weeks. So it's just about consistently getting quicker and just getting that pace a little bit better every time you race. And that's a 1:14.5 for the Ferrari driver of iBlood 1. We've got the Moz Monster on an outlap. Maxi Box invalidated as well. E. Williams on an inlap. So we'll stay on board with the Renault driver of the Moz Monster. PX, it was a great battle, a fantastic battle. I think they're the best races in Formula 1 when you can go side by side with a driver and just continuously overtake each other and inside each other's DRS range. And when you have a fantastic battle, when you finish the race, there's no better feeling. So here comes the Moz in the Renault. What can the Moz do? We know he has pace. We know he can be up there. As he comes through sector 2. Where will this put him on the grid? As he comes into sector 3, the Renault driver. The final 2 chicanes, he wants to be hitting this curve at about a 109. And he does. He slides out slightly, but he keeps it. And it's a 1:14.6, only 9th fastest. So we'll definitely want to improve on that before the end of this qualifying session. Q-Boys is back out in the Alfa Romeo. He sits 3rd on the grid. He's so quick, Q-Boys. If he can just keep it consistent throughout the race, he could have had some brilliant points this season. He's just been tarred with bad luck after bad luck in each race. I mean, look at that pace, the way he just swerves in and out of them chicanes, but he's down on his lap time just slightly. And he only needs to improve it by about 1/10 to go 2nd on this grid and start on the front row. Oh, he's invalidated and he's touched the wall. Maxi Block is back out as well. The Moz is 1.4 up. He's invalidated it. Homo Sapien in the Red Bull nearly 2/10 up coming through sector 2. So where is Homo Sapien going to go? He is currently 10th on the grid. So he just slows down now and he's getting ready for another lap. Maxibot is down on his time as well. So we've got all the drivers coming back out now. There's 1 minute 20 of this session left and they're all coming back out to have another crack at trying to get pole position in this Mexican Grand Prix. Remember guys, if you haven't already as well, go and check out our latest video on YouTube, our top 10 drivers you forgot race for these Formula 1 teams. It's a cracking video that me and E. Williams put quite a bit of time into, so if you're interested, go and give it a watch. Homo Sapien coming through sector 2 in that Red Bull. Is he going to improve? He currently sits 10th on the grid. We know he can be quicker than that. He's kept it valid. Could be a cracking lap by the Red Bull driver. and he is 6 tenths up. That will take him into the 114s. But whereabouts? He's still got to come through sector 3. Yeah, he's invalidated it. There's nothing you could do there. Either lose all your time or just go again. 114.5 as well would have put him around 7th. So the Moz Monster is 2 tenths up. This is it. Homo Sapiens out. Homo Sapien has crashed. So he will start 10th. The Moz Monster is 2 tenths up. Ibel 1 coming through sector 2. Sector 1 is Matt. Bats Plus is coming through sector 2 through the chicanes. E. Williams is in the pit lane, so he's not going to be able to set another lap time. He's messed up. Maxibot will start 4th at the moment. Q-Boy's 3rd. B. Wright in 2nd. And Ben goes a 1:13.0 and improves his time. B. Wright improved his time as well. Bats Plus is nearly 3 tenths up as he comes through towards the finish straight. Where is he going to sit at this Grand Prix? He needs to be in front of Maxibot. He goes a 1:14.1. He goes 4th fastest. Here's Matt. The Moz Monster goes a 1:14.3. Matt has invalidated his lap time, so we have our top 10 for this Mexican Grand Prix. So not much change there, but the big one is Bats Plus will start 2 places in front of Maxi Block. Now that is a big one. Iblood won on his debut for the Ferrari, starting in 5th, is incredible. So Q3 is over and we have our starting grid for the Mexican Grand Prix round 20 here in Formula 7. And on pole position again is the Scottish driver of Ben McEwen in that Racing Point. And alongside him is his teammate of B Wright in the Racing Point. So an all pink locked out front row. Q-Boys in the Alfa Romeo will start in 3rd on the 2nd row of the grid, and alongside him Bats Plus in the Alfa Tauri. iBlood 1 in the Ferrari on the 3rd row of the grid in 5th, and Maxi Block in the Williams in 6th. E. Williams in the Williams in 7th, and the Moz Monster in the Renault in 8th. Matt in the McLaren will start in 9th, and Homo Sapien in the Red Bull will start in 10th. Now everybody outside the top 10 are going to have an option of tyres. What will they opt for? Because if you start on the softs, you're probably going to need a 2-stop strategy unless you opt for the hard tyres. Even then, you're probably going to struggle by the end of the race. So it's going to be interesting to see what everybody starts on and what strategies they choose to go with today here in Mexico. Yeah, remember guys, just don't ready up. For some reason, Codemasters has this glitch that if anybody readies up at the start of the race, then when the lights go out, the drivers don't go. Oh, Lucas is readied up, it's okay. But we'll go with it, Yeah, Peanut, I do as well. I hope he finally gets a decent race. Top Networks, how you doing, mate? So this is it. This is round 20. This is Mexico, and this is Formula 7 racing. Remember, we have a formation lap, and it's only there to warm up your tyres, so stay away from each other, and let's have a great race. What a race this is going to be here. Oh, I've seen a little bit of debris there. Look at that. The 2 Racing Points, soon to be Aston Martins next season, on the front row of this grid. think it'll be a hard job for anybody to try and catch Ben today. His freakishly quick pace is unbelievable. Please as well, everybody, if you are watching, please do follow our channel for races every Sunday, 10 AM for our silver race and 3 PM for our gold race. Starting from next season, we will have a bronze division as well. Bronze will start at 10, silver at 12, and gold will still continue to race at 3 PM. Look at that for a view as they all line up. Engines are roaring. And this is the start of the Mexican Grand Prix here in Formula 7. I can't wait till they fix that. And it's lights out and away we go here in Mexico. Homo Sapien gets a great start. He moves up one in front of Matt Q-Boys has took B right on the straight. He's got in front. The Moz Monster has moved up a position. E. William loses. Guymer's up 2. He's into the top 10. Blood is up to 4th in the Ferrari. B right takes his position back in front of Q-Boys. The Alfa Romeo Maxi Block is up 2. Bats Plus is down 4. That's huge for the championship. Homo Sapien up 3 positions to 7th. That is a huge gain. Bats Plus just getting taken from the Moz Monster, but snatches that position back. Homo Sapien trying to go towards Ed. They are battling side by side here, but Homo Sapien manages to get that position as the wheel to wheel going round sector 2. And E. Williams gets that position back. The Red Bull slots in just behind. And Iblood is stayed in 5th. Maxi Block is up 2 positions. This championship has just got a whole lot hotter. Q-Boys is stayed in 3rd. The 2 Racing Points managed to block out the front row of the grid, and they're still in 1st and 2nd here at the Mexican Grand Prix. Yellow flag in sector 3. That's Matt. That's Matt. He's in the wall. He's spun it. He has to wait for everybody to go through as he rejoins the track at the back of this grid. He will now have to go into the pit lane. So a safety car is definitely needed now for the McLaren driver, who is now down 11 positions. Bats Plus has got the overtake on Homo Sapien, and he's now back up 1 position. So Bats Plus trying to fight his way back through the field as he's down 3 positions now. The Moz Monster just getting a time penalty, but he's all over the back of Homo Sapien as they come down the straight. Remember, no DRS until the next lap. We've got E. Williams all over the back of Iblood 1 in that Ferrari as well as he gets a better exit coming through sector 2. Look how close he is. If he was behind me, I'd be beeping my horn. He's all over the back of the Ferrari. Bats Plus trying to chase them down as well. There's a yellow flag in sector 2. Rob J. Lewis with a time penalty, and that is Sam Priest, who has spun out and has dropped off this leading pack. Aerial view is incredible, and Maxi Block all over the back of Q-Boys trying to chase down that podiums, and these points would put Maxi Block in the lead of this championship as it stands. Let's have a look at the tyres. So, not many drivers opting for the mediums. Even Lemon and Sam Priest opting for the hard compounds. So, very strategic strategies going on here. Here he goes, Maxi Block, Q-Boys. Maxi Block has got the overtake on Q-Boys, and Q-Boys couldn't take it back. The Moz is up to 6th, and that is Homo Sapien has lost it. He's down in 18th, he spun it. So Homo Sapien loses his positions. Maxi Block is now up to 3rd in the podium. Bats Plus will not like that sight. E. Williams as well is down in 10th in that Williams. So we don't know what happened to him there, but we missed something. But he's now down into 10th position. He doesn't have any wing damage though. So we got Bats Plus all over the back of the Moz Monster. Can the AlphaTauri driver get past the Renault? Maxi Block up 3 positions and Bats Plus down 3 positions. Huge start to this Grand Prix in the championship standings. Here's Bats Plus, only 2 tenths behind the Renault driver of the Moz Monster. Homo Sapien having to go into the pits. Sam Priest moves up to 18th. iBlood 1 having a fantastic start to his Formula 7 career here in Mexico. Currently sat in 5th in that Ferrari. Remember, we do now have DRS, so the overtakes will come. Moz just getting a better exit through Sector 2, and now Lucas in the Red Bull all over the back of Bats Plus. He's got DRS if they come down the straight. Is there going to be enough track? I don't think so. Lucas is on the medium compound tyres though. As they come down the straight, this is going to be the vital bit. He's used a lot of ERS. Oh, Rob J. Lewis is out. No, virtual safety car. Rob J. Lewis is out of this Grand Prix. He's lost it. Sam Priest is going to just come past Rob J. Lewis now. And he's lost it right on the straight. How is that only a virtual safety car? So Matt and Homo Sapien need to be careful when coming past, because he's right in the track there as well. So Maxi Block chasing down B Right, and Ben has now a 2.4 second lead to the other drivers. He's like the Rachel Blackmore of Formula 1, he is, Ben, at the moment. So we are racing again. And these guys are really grouped up. Yeah, Rob, I seen it. That was unfortunate, that. So we're going to have DRS, but every driver is within the DRS zone. So it's going to be hard to get the overtake when the other drivers have still got DRS. We have Ed in the Williams all over the back of Geimer in the Mercedes. He's going to have DRS. Geimer isn't. Is he going to be able to get him down on the straight as he catches him and catches him? But he's going to run out of track here. Geimer as well, also on them soft compounds, so both on the same strategies. Bats Plus getting a 3-second time penalty. That could be huge come the end of the race. It's very easy to get time penalties here in Mexico. They will build up, as we've seen in the silver race this morning. So Jake is up 5 positions in that McLaren. Taylor's up 1. Steg Fellows is up 2 positions. He's now in 14th. Oh, Bats Plus. Is that the Moz? Bats Plus has just taken the Moz Monster and moves up to 6th, but Lucas took him as well, so Geimer must have just messed up. Geimer all over the back. Here comes Ed Williams on the outside. What a move! Gets it done in that Williams on the Mercedes. Fantastic drive. Lucas in that Red Bull is up 6 positions now. And he's going to have DRS as well on Bats Plus. But I don't think he's going to have enough to catch him. So Ed now up a position and Geimer right on the back of him as well. and he gets a time penalty there. Commentator's curse as we were on board with him. And the Moz, he's fighting the Williams of Ed off the back of him as well. Remember, it's lap 7. You'll start to see the soft compound tyres start to fall off around now. So Iblood all over the back of Q-Boys. He's got DRS. Q-Boys having a great race so far. Only down 1 position. Sits in 4th in that Alfa Romeo. Bats Plus is in 6th and Maxi Block in 3rd. That would put Maxi Block, the championship leader, in the title chase at the moment. Ed Williams is out. Iblood 1's out. They've crashed. What has happened? They've hit the pit lane. Have they hit the pit entry wall? Oh, that's a huge crash, and that's a safety car. Iblood 1 and E Williams. I don't know what happened because I don't think they were next to each other. I think Iblood 1 has hit the pit entry wall, crashed, and E Williams has gone to pit and crashed into Iblood 1. That's what it looks like. I might be wrong, but it looks like Iblood 1 has completely lost it, binned it into the pit wall, and E Williams has been caught up in the carnage. So safety car is out, and this is fantastic for the guys that are on the soft compound tyres. So all of these guys who have started on the mediums and the hards, they'll be quite frustrated with that safety car. So we do have a safety car here in Mexico. It was only a matter of time. And I think we'll start to see all the drivers dive into the pit lane. Here comes Ben, and he does. Be right, look at that. Be right, slowing up. That is very canny. That is really well played by the Racing Points. Did you notice how Be Right was holding the rest of the pack up so that Ben could get into the pits and get out before Be Right got there, so he wasn't waiting for him? That is so well done. That is fantastic team orders, that. Just saying, listen, Be Right, you need to hold the pack up. I'm going to go into the pit lane and then we're not going to get held up here. But Jake, up 16 positions, now leads this Mexican Grand Prix. F7R Taylor in the Haas is now at 12 positions, and Stegfellows, unbelievable, is in the podiums, up 13 positions. Lemon Who is up 10, he's in 5th. Lemon Who has got a great chance at this Grand Prix. He's on the hard compound tyres, he's in 5th position in this Grand Prix. The Moz says he wants to cry. It's not how he wanted it to go. I tell you, I1 Blood was having such a great race, stepping in today as a reserve for the Ferrari. Qualified in a great position, sat in 5th all race, and just lost it, and is out of this Grand Prix. He came to make a statement. I don't think it was wasted, I1 Blood. I definitely think you made a statement to say you deserve a seat here in the Gold Division. Guymer, collision with Lucas. So I don't know what happened there, but Guymer's going to have to go into the pits to repair his front wing. So that is huge. That is really bad. And he's got another 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. It goes from bad to worse for the Mercedes driver. So Jake in that McLaren now leads this Grand Prix. So Maxi jumped B right in the pitch. You are right, he did. Maxi Block jumped B right in the pit lane. So although their tactics and strategies were well on point, Maxi Block has actually beat B right out the pit lane. I didn't spot that, PX. So technically, Maxi Block currently sits second in this Grand Prix. And that would still take him as the championship leader come the end of this race. So Bats Plus will need to improve here. What a race we have on our hands for the second part of this Grand Prix. It is a thrilling one here in Mexico. It's only going to get better as well. We're only 10 laps in. I don't want this one to end. Safety car is in this lap, so it's not staying around. So Jake will control the pace to this Grand Prix. You got Ben just scouting the back of these guys. No DRS for the first 3 laps. And the safety car is in. And Jake spun it. No, Jake has spun it into the wall and he's out. How did that happen? Taylor now leads this Grand Prix. Stegfellow's in second. Here comes Ben. Ben in that Racing Point is now up to second position. Steg gives way to the Racing Point driver. Lemon Who is up to 4th. Maxi Block is 5th. B Right is in 6th. Q-Boy is in 7th. Bats Plus in 8th. Lucas 9th. And the Moz in 10th. I don't know what happened with Jake then, but he's completely lost it into the wall. So Ben now chasing down. He wants to retain the lead of this Grand Prix. He's on the fresher tyres. He's done his pit stop. It's all to play for the Racing Point driver. And there goes Ben. Ben in the Racing Point. Just gets past Taylor. Just makes the overtake. He gets the inside line and the Racing Point is through and back leading this Grand Prix. That gives Steg a chance to try and catch these guys as well. Taylor running really low on ERS. Here comes Steg. Lemon Who as well trying to catch these guys. He's got Maxi Block. The championship contender takes the Renault. And here comes B Right as well. So B Right now has Lemon Who separating him and Maxi Block. We've got Lucas who goes for the overtake on Bats Plus. The Moz has spun it. The Moz has spun it and so has Sam Flitter. No, that's Bats. That is Bats Plus. That is huge. And Bats Plus is down in 14th in this Grand Prix whilst Maxi Block sits in 4th. That is unbelievable. Bats Plus is out of the top 10 whilst Maxi Block sits in 4th position. 3 points separating them in the championship. What a race we have on our hands now. Bats Plus now has a drive on his hands. So F7R Taylor in second. Steg all over the back of him in that Mercedes. Currently sits in 3rd. Maxi Block going to try and move up into them podium positions. Already done his pit stop and he's back out on the soft compound tyres as well. So opting for the 2-stopper. Ben going through, setting the fastest lap. Here comes Maxi Block on the right hand side of Stegfellows in that Mercedes. Goes past him with ease with them soft tyres. Here comes B Right. Steg is still into 4th position. Remember, Stegfellows is playing the long game here in Mexico. Maxi Block trying to catch F7R Taylor as well. Now remember, his tyres are a lot older. And Bats Plus has now had to pit. It goes from bad to worse for the championship leader. If he wanted to describe the way the race didn't want to go, is exactly what you're seeing here now. And Lucas gets the overtake on Stegfellows, and so does B. Wright. Did Steg make a mistake there? He's gone from 4th to 6th in a couple of corners, and B. Wright and Lucas are through. Steg gets a time penalty. F7R Taylor has been taken by Maxi Block as well. Maxi Block will now chase down the leader of this Grand Prix. Here comes Lucas on the racing point of B. Wright. We've got Diamond Tucker up to 9th as well. Lemon Who in 8th. Fantastic drive for the Renault driver of Lemon Who. Can't say the same for his teammate, who has not had the best of drives today. Here comes B. Wright on Taylor. DRS is now activated, and look at the pace of the racing point as he comes down the side of the Haas and takes him up into the podium positions and into 3rd place. Lucas will try and get it as well. Tries to sneak through, hanging on the back of B. Wright. Sam Flea all over the back of Stegfellows. He's going to have DRS. Here comes the pace. Steg is struggling with ERS as well. As he goes down the inside, they go wheel to wheel racing, and Steg tries to dive on the inside and just loses that position. So Stegfellows now down to 7th. Here comes Diamond Tucker on Lemon Who, the Ferrari, the Renault. Remember, Diamond Tucker is running really low on ERS. Lemon Who is saving his, and he's going to have to use it on the straight as well. Now Lucas gets the overtake on Taylor. The wheel to wheel. Taylor gets it back. Here comes the Red Bull. The Red Bull slots back in behind the Haas driver. He's going to come up the straight. He's going to have DRS. Diamond Tucker. Lemon Who has lost 2 positions, so Homo Sapien and Diamond Tucker. Here comes Lucas with the DRS on Taylor, but he manages to keep it. And Stegfellows is in the pit lane. I thought he'd lost it. Oh, for a second I thought he'd lost it. Here comes Lucas on Taylor. The Haas driver concedes the position, and Lucas in the Red Bull is up to 4th position. Sam Flea having a fantastic drive. He's up to 6th position, and Diamond Tucker in that Ferrari is up 11 places to 7th. Phenomenal drive you're seeing here in Mexico. Homo Sapien Scout in the back of Diamond Tucker in that Ferrari. Stegfellows just getting another time penalty. We know it's really tough around here for time penalties. Bats Plus will be praying for another safety car now. Matt gets the overtake on Lemon Who, so F7R Matt, his recovery drive is nearly there. He is now back up to the points after having an awful start to this Mexican Grand Prix. Lemon Who's still in the points, but here comes Q-Boys. They both are going to have DRS, but he's got the slipstream, and Q-Boys in the Alfa Romeo, who sat in the podium positions in the soft compound tyres. But look at the pace from Lemon Who, keeping that position. Fantastic driving from the Renault driver. Look how close that was. So Sam Flea over the back of Taylor now is losing quite a few positions. Let's have a look at the pits. So everybody but Taylor has stopped, and then we've got Lemon who's in 10th, and Sam Priest, who have not yet pitted. So F7R Taylor's in a great position considering he's not pitted yet. So he's going to have nice fresh tyres come the end of this race if he carries on racing out these mediums. But here comes Sam Flea on the outside. Can he get it? He's on them hard tyres. And Q-Boys gets the overtake on Lemon, who finally gets there. The Alfa Romeo makes that position back. Here comes Sam Flea on Taylor, who's going to have DRS, and Taylor is a sitting duck. Here comes the Alpha Tauri as he glides by the Haas driver of F7R Taylor as he gets through and gets to the first chicane. And he is through, and Sam Flea is up to 5th position in Mexico. So let's have a look at the tyres. So we have Taylor 16 laps on their mediums, but it doesn't look that way as he comes back at Sam Flea and makes that position back. Great driving by the Haas driver on them 16 lap old mediums, fighting back to get that position. And here comes Sam Flea as he tries to get the position back, but no, he doesn't. He closes the door on him, he does, Taylor. This is giving Homo Sapien a great chance at catching these guys. Taylor goes wide, Sam Flea goes through. Homo Sapien is going to have a crack at him as well, but he's not going to have enough track as he goes up the straights. So can Homo Sapien get that? Oh, he just slips out. That gives Taylor a bit of breathing space. The more laps Taylor gets out of these mediums, the better it is for him come the end of this race. Maxi block 8 laps on them soft compound tyres now. And then he's going to go for a nice stint on them mediums. Geimer has got the overtake on Lemon, who's 17 laps on them hards. And he goes through Stegfellows. 12-second gap now. Look at Bats Plus at the back of this grid. That is not where he imagined to be when he went to sleep last night. So the front runners creating a gap to each other now. Here comes Homo Sapien in that Red Bull. He's going to have DRS as he goes down the inside line. And he gets past Taylor. Taylor's going to come back at him on the next straight. Cuts right across the corner. Pushes Homo Sapien wide. He just outbraked himself there, Taylor. Nothing malicious in that. Just completely forgot where the brake pedal was. Homo Sapien gets through though. And Taylor will have to surely pit now. It looks like he's struggling to keep hold of that car. And he does. He goes into the pit lane, but he got 18 laps out of them. Q-Boys, 9 laps on them soft compounds, is next through in 9th position. We've got F7R Matt on the side of Diamond Tucker in that Ferrari. Can Diamond Tucker? Oh, Diamond Tucker lets him through. Maybe a bit more aggression from Diamond Tucker. He would have maybe kept that position. Great driving from Diamond Tucker. But maybe a little bit more aggression, trying to go into the corner and keep that inside line. But a fantastic move by Matt in that McLaren, who now is up to 7th position. Bats Plus will get the overtake on Sam Priest. Bats Plus makes the move. Oh, he gets a nudge in the back from Sam Priest, who gets a time penalty. But Bats Plus is away now and chasing down Taylor, who's on fresh softs as well. So Diamond Tucker's still over the back of Matt there. Remember, he's on fresher mediums, Diamond Tucker, in that Ferrari. Geimer has just got the move there on the Moz Monster. Matt just getting a time penalty for his troubles as he comes through and goes into 5th position. Sam Flea and Homo Sapien go into the pit lane. Who's going to come out first as they both opt for soft? No, Sam Flea goes on to softs. Homo Sapien goes on to mediums, and they come out in the position that they went in. Q-Boys is in the pit lane as well, going on fresh mediums. That will take him till the end of this race now. Stegfellows going for the long run is now up to 8th position. He's got Lemon, who needs to pit in front of him as well. You've got Matt, Diamond Tucker, Lucas, B. Wright, Maxi Block, Ben, all have to pit as well. So Lucas trying to catch B. Wright. He's inside the DRS zone now. Got F7R Taylor. Oh, forgets where that brake pedal is again. They must have switched it with the clutch pedal. Taylor comes through behind Steg Fellows. He's on them fresh softs. It should be a clear overtake, but Steg might lose 2 positions here to Taylor and Sam Flea, who all scout the back of him. Here he comes, Lemon, who is in the pits. Steg Fellows is a sitting duck, and it's a three-wheel race, all side by side, and Steg loses the position to Taylor and Sam Flea, both on them fresh soft compound tyres. There was no other outcome in that situation, but now you've got Homo Sapien, who is on fresh mediums, scouting the back of Steg. As he tries to go down the inside, just touches the wheel, nearly loses it, as Steg just slows down out of courtesy there. Yeah, we've got Lemon Who all over the side of Sam Priest, and they go wheel to wheel. Sam just needed to leave a little bit more space there as they come round the chicane. Lucas has got the overtake. Maxi Block is now in the pits. He's done 12 laps on them soft compound tyres. The Moz, Lemon Who, the 2 Renaults sitting in 14th and 15th, trying to get past the Haas driver of Sam Priest. He's got DRS now, Lemon. So has the Moz, who's just been taken by Geimer. Geimer comes up and takes that position. So we've got a 4-way battle. Matt has finally pitted onto a set of fresh mediums till the end of this race. I tell you, Sam Flea and Taylor have got a long stint to go on them soft compounds. And Lemon Who takes Sam Priest as well as the Moz Monster, so both the Renaults move on through, as well as Geimer as well, so loses every position there. Here comes Taylor. Sam Flea and Taylor racing both on fresh softs. Maxi Block on fresh mediums has got a very, very good chance at maybe winning this race. He'll continue to post quick laps now. Maxi Block on fresh mediums. Ben is on old mediums and will have to pit again, but Ben will go on to softs for the remainder of this race. Sam Flea posts the fastest lap of the race so far, and here comes Taylor. Just not enough track to catch up to him. But he does catch him. Lucas is all over the back of B right. He has got a few penalties though. So can Lucas get the overtake? It's a racing point 1-2, as it was 3 times in qualifying and once in the start of the race as well. All of these drivers will have to pit before the end of this race. I think they'll do another 2 or 3 laps on the mediums and then go for a nice, fresh, soft compound tyre to finish this Mexican Grand Prix off. Here comes Matt on Steg Fellows. Steg is out of ERS, but so is Matt. And just not enough room to get the overtake this time round. We've got Maxi Block on Diamond Tucker as well. He's got DRS. That is going to help him as he goes round the outside and takes the Ferrari of Diamond Tucker, who's had a fantastic race today. Maxi Block now up to 4th position and only 17 seconds behind Lucas in the Red Bull, who still has to pit. There goes Matt on Steg, and Matt and Steg go side by side, and Matt gets the overtake. Steg still in the points at this point. Still in the points at this point. Yeah. Sounds alright. Sam Priest speeding in the pit lane gets a 5-second time penalty. So Maxi Block is closing that gap. Now only 15.9 behind Lucas. So that pit lane that Lucas had is just dwindling away, as Maxi Block basically races on his own. I don't know if he'll get the chance of winning this race. He's still 26 seconds behind Ben. Lucas is pitted. Lucas is going to go on to the soft compounds. He's got a time penalty as well as he sits there. He sits there as Maxi comes round. Lucas is still in the pit lane and Maxi takes that position and is up into the podiums. Sam Flea has taken Diamond Sucker in the pits as well. And Lucas, so Sam Flea moves up to 4th position. What a race. We thought it might have been one of the Alpha Tauris, just not Sam Flea. Bats Plus should be there fighting with Maxi Block. Bats Plus is now up to 11th, so nearly back in the points. Thank you so much for the follow. We really appreciate every single follow that supports Formula 7 racing. So Lucas has taken, Taylor gets the overtake, just nearly slips Taylor out there. That has cost Taylor and give Homo Sapien a chance at catching these guys. So Lucas back up to 5th on fresh softs, only 1.8 behind Sam Flea. Maxi Block still 26 seconds behind Ben, so he's not making any time up on Ben, and Ben has still got to pit. He's just waiting it out, Ben. As long as he can keep these mediums going and not lose too much time, and then he'll set on them fresh softs till the end of this race. Here comes Steg on cue, boys. He's going to have DRS coming down the pit straight. So Bats Plus is all over the back of Steg as well. He sees 2 potential places in front of him here. Here comes Lucas on Sam Flea as well. Can he get him? Can Lucas move back up to 4th position? Goes down the inside and Sam Flea has to concede the position. The Red Bull driver is back up to 4th on fresh softs. But Sam Flea isn't going to let him get away that easily and tries to stay with him. Ed Williams with the bits. Thank you so much for the bits. Supporting his very own stream, his very own league. So Homo Sapien he's on them mediums and Taylor's on them softs. Bats Plus. Oh, there we go. B-Right is pitted. Where will he come out? He's going on fresh softs. Maxi Block has taken him. So B-Right now has 9 laps to make up the gap on fresh soft tyres. But the gap just seems way too big at this point. There's Lucas. Lucas goes through and B-Right has lost the position to Lucas as well. Here comes Sam Flea on the back of B-Right. He's got the pace, but he's not going to get him. So B-Right has a job in hand now to get that podium back. Him and Lucas are both on fresh soft. Maxi Block still 26 seconds behind Ben, who is going to go onto the softs. So Stegfellows is in 9th. He's having a great race as well. Oh yeah, they always fly out of it every time you open your wallet. Here comes Steg. Here comes Bats Plus. Bats Plus now back in the points. Every point that Bats Plus now gets till the end of this race is huge in the championship. He's got DRS. Can he move past Stegfellows and up to 9th? Not yet. He's going to have to wait for the pit straight. He's had to stay on these hard compound tyres for a long time as well. Bats Plus, Homo Sapien, Sam Flea is in the pits and Homo Sapien moves up to 5th position. Matt goes up to 6th. What a race Matt has had as well after that start. Bats Plus is up to 9th and he now moves past Stegfellows, past the Mercedes and up to 8th position. Our current championship leader is now up to 8th. But after this race, that will not be good enough. And with 2 races left, will be 2nd in the championship. So Be Right just touching that DRS zone on the back of Lucas now. Ben did pit. Ben has pitted and got onto softs, and has still got a 7-second gap to Maxi Block. This is Ben's race to lose. The only way he could lose this now is if he made a mistake. So here comes Be Right. He's on 2 lap fresher soft compound tyres. He's going to have DRS, I think. Or did he just miss it? He's just missed the DRS. That is huge for Lucas. Just escaping the DRS. But look at the pace coming down the straight. Bats Plus on the back of Q Boys. I tell you, Bats Plus is racing some race here, especially considering his tyres are 15 lap old and he's on the slower compound. And F7R Taylor sets the fastest lap of this race. So Bats Plus has got his work cut out. Every position are vital points now for Bats Plus, especially with Maxi Block sat in second position. 7 laps to go though. I wouldn't say it was impossible for Be Right to actually catch Maxi here. Ben sets the fastest lap of this race. Of course he does on fresh soft compound tyres. So let's have a quick look at the penalties. So Lucas does have 9 seconds, so at the moment Be Right would in fact move up to the podium positions. Steg Fellows 21 seconds, Diamond Tucker 15, that would move them down as well. 14 for Sam Flea. Ben and Maxibot, not a single penalty between them. So yeah, that could be huge. If Homo Sapien manages to get within 6 seconds of Lucas as well, he will take his Red Bull teammate. Diamond Tucker gets past Steg Fellows, and Steg is now down into 10th position. Be Right only half a second behind Lucas. It is getting closer. Be Right wants that podium. He wants to be back on this podium. Steg Fellows has got the position back. Diamond Tucker and Steg are fighting it out here. This is brilliant racing. The Mercedes, the Ferrari, they're wheel to wheel, and Steg doing a great job considering Diamond Tucker's on them soft compounds. Bats Plus needs to catch Q Boys. He's going to have DRS as well. So here comes Be Right. He's got the DRS. This is his podium. DRS is on. The overtake button is on. He comes down the straight. He's losing track. He's losing time. Takes the inside line and takes 3rd position. Lucas has to give that position up. He's got time penalties anyway, but Be Right moves through, and he's only 3.5 behind Maxi Block with 5 laps left to go in this Grand Prix. We have a showdown here in Mexico. Here comes Bats Plus on Q Boys. DRS is open. Can he make up the time? They're just not quick enough coming out of the corners. Be Right only 2.1 now. He's got fresh track in front of him. He's got nobody blocking him off. He's free from the reins, and he now chases down Maxi Block, only 2 seconds behind him. Are we going to have a Racing Point 1-2 for the first time this season here in round 20? Yeah, you're right as well, PX. Be Right does have to pass Maxi Block and then make 3 seconds. But you don't know, Maxi could get a time penalty as well before then. So I think that really helped Maxi Block there, because B Wright didn't make any time, but Maxi Block got DRS on the back of Sam Priest. So Bats Plus still struggling to get past Q-Boys there in the Alfa Romeo. Lemon Who all over the back of Geimer as well as he comes up the straight. He's got the DRS. He's going to have enough track here. Can he get the overtake? No, he's not. So he's going to have to wait again. Lucas is only half a second behind B Wright now. B Wright is getting stuck behind the Haas driver. Sam Priest needs to move out the way here. He's a back marker and he's holding B Wright up. These are valuable championship points. And Lucas is all over the back of B Wright now. 5 second time penalty for ignoring blue flag. Sam Priest still racing. He needs to be letting these drivers through. So B Wright 2.7 behind Maxi Block. Now that is costing massively. And it's obviously cost him as well, because Lucas has now caught back up to B Wright. So Sam holding Maxi for half a lap and then holding B Wright as well. So B Wright, look at the time he's already taken back off Maxi Block now. If B Wright wasn't held up, you've got to remember, even just half a lap or a lap being held up, especially on soft tyres, that is such valuable time that you are losing on fresh tyres that are going to start to burn out. So look at that, already 1.7 behind Maxi. He is catching. He is catching the racing point. Ben 17 seconds clear in this Grand Prix. Just a bit of admiration here to watch Ben Wright drive an absolutely phenomenal race. Sam Flea gets the overtake on Steger, moves down to 12th position. The Moz Monster Steg pits. The Moz is up to 12th. 1.5 now B Wright. He needs to get in that DRS on. There's only 2 laps left. He's got to get past him and make a gap of 3 seconds as well. Lemon Who up to 13th, gets past Geimer. So gets an overtake on Geimer there. Fantastic move from Lemon Who in the Renault. Geimer tries to come back at him. Is he going to get him? Lemon Who's got the pace though. He's still got quite a bit of ERS at the back here. So Lemon Who must have had the DRS then. So only 1 second now. B Wright is going to have DRS on the second to last lap of this race. He is now only 9 tenths behind Maxi Block in that Williams. That, I tell you, that has cost him so much time here. Where is his DRS? He's going to get it. He's 8 tenths behind Maxi Block. This is what a race, and Bats Plus does it. Bats Plus finally gets past Q-Boys, and that could be a huge additional point for Bats Plus, an additional 2 points for Bats Plus. So 9 tenths is B Wright. He's got DRS coming down the straight. He's going to have DRS for the last lap of this Grand Prix as well. So this is the last lap here in Mexico. Lap 36. And we have a race on our hands. B Wright 6 tenths behind Maxi Block coming down the pit straight. Q-Boys is going to have DRS on Bats Plus as well. Is Bats Plus going to lose that position back? We got B right. He's not catching him. Maxi Block is trying to use all of his ERS to stay in front. He's going to have DRS again here, Maxi Block, as he comes down the back straight. It's a thrilling end to this race. Lemon, who gets past Geimer again. They're having a right battle at the back here. So Maxi Block is going to keep him at bay. Oh, B right, just losing it there, just slightly, but he's got DRS. There's a yellow flag, but Ben comes through to win here in Mexico, round 20. What a drive by the Racing Point driver, takes the victory here in Mexico. Maxi Block is going to come through and he's going to keep the position and he's going to stay second. Takes a podium. B right is in third, the 2 Racing Points, and Lucas will come through in the Red Bull in fourth. Homo Sapien in the other Red Bull is going to come through in fifth position. Here comes Matt as well. He passes in sixth. Bats Plus 5 seconds behind Matt, and he comes through in seventh position. So unbelievable race here. So look at that. Lucas made up 9 positions and finished in 4th place. Diamond Tucker finishing in the top 10. Made up 8 positions. Maxi Block, what a drive. 6th on the grid to 2nd. A phenomenal race here in Mexico, and I cannot wait for the next 2. So Ben takes the top step, Maxi Block takes second, and B right third. The Racing Points from start to finish today were a league above, and the Williams just mixing up there with them boys as well. Fantastic race, a fantastic drive, and well done to the podiums, and well done to the race winner, Ben McEwen. So our race winner with the fastest lap here in Mexico is Ben in the Racing Point. Coming through in second is Maxi Block in the Williams, and B right in the other Racing Point takes the other podium. Lucas in the Red Bull finishes in 4th, and Homo Sapien in the Red Bull finishes in 5th. So we have 2 Red Bulls and 2 Racing Points in the top 5. Matt started 9th, went all the way to the back of this grid and finished in 6th. Bats Plus managed to finish in 7th place. Q-Boys in 8th. F7R Taylor in 9th, and Diamond Tucker in the Ferrari finishes in 10th, starting 18th on the grid. The driver of the day, I was going to say it was going to be Lucas. Started 13th, finished 4th, had a phenomenal drive, but you cannot take away the fact of Ben's race. It could have been between Lucas, B right, Maxi Block, even a couple of the other guys that made up so many positions. Matt as well, coming right back from the back of the grid, completely well out of this race. To finish where Matt did was incredible, but to drive the way Ben did today was phenomenal. So he is the driver of the day. Phenomenal drive by both the Racing Points. Let's get these guys in. A bit of appreciation from the mother there. What a drive. Finally, she gets to see you show your skill set. Be right, how are you doing?
Hello, Nathan. All right, mate?
All right, mate. How'd you feel being on that side?
Oh my God! Well, I can't believe it. Like I've just left the missus. And I'm back at third. Yeah, it's crazy. I've been having so many bad results recently. But yeah, it's good
I
to
know.
be back in the.
Well, I'm putting it down to the missus now, because since you've come back over here, what a race.
Yeah, brilliant to be honest. Since I've been back, I've been practicing. I'm quarantined, so I've got nothing else to do.
Yeah. Well, it's paying off, mate. I mean, third, a podium, and both racing points on the podium as well. Both commentators on the podium.
Yeah, both commentators as well. But no, thanks to Ben, like he's really been pushing me. We've been practicing together, and to be honest, since he's been my teammate, we have got on really well. We've got on like it's like we've been teammates since the start of the season. So yeah.
Yeah, it shows really on and off the track, mate. Congratulations on a podium, on a third place finish. It was a fantastic race, mate.
Thank you very much, Neither.
Maxi Block, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm good, mate. What a race! Second place, how was that? Yeah, it was, yeah. No, we don't yet, no. Yeah, they were on the quicker tyres, trying to catch as well at the end, and he nearly had you, but he had time penalties as well, so he sort of had about 3 or 6 seconds in the bag on B right as well. You started 6th on the grid and got a great start. You must have been thinking, right, because once you'd got a few places in front of Bats Plus, that's your championship contender there. I mean, you must have been thrilled with the start after sort of moving up a couple of positions. I think you made 3 places on the first lap. Yeah, that's right, yeah. It was a fantastic race, mate. You started 6th on the grid. You finished 2nd, got another podium. But Bats Plus only managed to finish 6th. You are now the championship leader going into the last 2 races. How does that feel? Yeah. Definitely, all you have to do now is consistently finish the races and try and beat Bats Plus, and you are a Season 1 champion, mate. Yeah, well, it was a great race, mate. Congratulations, and we look forward to our second to last race next week. Ben, how are you doing?
Right, Nathan, how's it going? First of all, I say thanks for a little love story, Ben. I love that.
Yeah,
touched me.
Mate, that was a phenomenal drive. 17 seconds in front of second place. You just blew them out the park.
And somehow I didn't even get a warning the whole race. Just pushing the whole way. Tried to fix out the strategy between me and Ben. We obviously were the 1-2, but we got it finally in quali.
Yeah, you did,
by
yeah.
a fair distance, so we ended up just carrying that momentum in the race, which we've been wanting for the last couple of races we've been with each other now.
Yeah.
Really been good.
I mean, since you joined the Racing Point team, the strategies, the races, everything with the Racing Point just looks so clean and crisp. I mean, even with the pit stop strategies, the way sort of B right held the pack up so it give you enough time to get in the pits and then not hold him up. It's just what you want to see in a team. It's great to watch.
Yeah, first when the safety car came out, I think I was 3 seconds clear of Ben. At one point, he was getting pushed by someone from behind quite a bit. So I decided, me and him between us decided I should slow down and give him DRS to not battle people. And as soon as I did that, I slowed him down by about 3 seconds. He was in the DRS, and as soon as that happened, the safety car came in.
Oh, no way.
And as soon as that happened, we were like, oh, we have to pit.
Yeah.
So then Ben ended up losing a couple positions because I slowed down for him.
Oh right, I see. So that's great. That how you just pull him back slightly to help him get away from the driver behind. If
Yeah.
that safety
He just
car
got,
hadn't have come out, that would have been incredible
it would have been a
teamwork.
definitely been a 1-2 because we were just because in the first few laps we just started pulling away. Then I started getting that little bit quicker as it went in,
Yeah,
and then
definitely.
slow down again. And then safety car kind of ruined that 1-2 hope.
Yeah.
But last few laps were a bit heart wrenching seeing Ben closing ever so slightly and also
he
getting held
was.
up quite badly off a lap. Got to get a car that should have been lapped and got out of the way, but
Yeah, he was
the 1 and
catching.
3. It's good.
Yeah, it was a phenomenal drive, mate. You got fastest lap again, another race win. It was an incredible drive by you and by the Racing Points. Congratulations on another race victory, mate.
Yeah, cheers, Nicky.
Right, guys, that is round 20. That is Mexico. I just want to thank everybody that watched. I want to give a huge thank you to Ben and B Wright, who will be running the Silver League from next season and who trialled a commentary this morning, who were great on the commentary box. If you're interested in joining the league, remember our Bronze League starts next season. Contact either B Wright or Ben for a Silver Division, and obviously Taylor and Jake as well for the Bronze. It's been phenomenal this season. We have 2 races left, and we've just seen our first switch in the championship, and Maxi Block is now our championship leader. It's been a great season, and I want to thank everybody that's watched, followed, donated, subscribed. I just want to thank everybody for this phenomenal first season at Formula 7, and we look forward to seeing you watch us again next week and watching you guys race. Thanks for watching.